Are you excited to learn about the biggest players in the AI game? Be ready to have your mind blown by the cutting edge advancements these tech giants have made. In this video, we'll be covering the top 5 AI industry movers and shakers, as well as their technologies, a little bit of rumor, and other hot topics. Obviously, this list is not the ultimate list, but it will be hard to argue against any of the research labs mentioned here. AI is not just a fancy buzzword. It's a rapidly advancing field that has been around for decades. In fact, over 300,000 AI publications were released in 2021 alone. That's hundreds of nuanced ideas a day, making it hard for even scientists to catch up. If you're ready, then I am. Let's dive in right away. We'll start with DeepMind. DeepMind is a leading AI research lab based in London, UK. It started in 2010 and was acquired by Alphabet, formerly Google, in 2014. It has achieved some seriously impressive feats in AI, like creating AlphaGo, the first computer program to beat a professional human Go player.
They said all is to Go what Roger Federer is to tennis.
Huge shock. Headlines around the world.
60 million people watched the game in China alone.
For us, it's the culmination of a 20-year dream.
That was a huge moment.
Well, okay, we've beaten the world champion. How could we go further? What could we learn from that?
The lab expanded this to AlphaZero, which learned by being self-taught. That is, without seeing examples of human play, the AI figured out ways to win games. It was highly capable of playing other games too, including chess and shogi. Just when you thought it couldn't get any better, DeepMind further developed AlphaZero into another version called MuZero, which also learned how to play a host of Atari games without being taught the rules. All of this progress took AI to a whole new level of capability. Experts in the field gained new inspiration. News outlets and social media platforms began to take notice of the company. It earned the company prestige and admiration across the industry. But the founder, Demis Hassabis, didn't stop there. This only fired him up to take on another difficult challenge, predicting the shapes of protein structures, which was one of the most challenging areas in biology. Thanks to DeepMind's AlphaFold AI model, this challenge went from producing just 180,000 protein predictions in 50 years to over 200 million in just a few months. It's even more impressive after you realize that there are more possible outcomes for one protein structure than there are atoms in the observable universe. And somehow, the AI model has to choose the correct unique shape. Incredible, isn't it? AlphaFold helped speed up drug discovery, especially in these last 2 years of world crisis. This innovation won Demis and his partner John Jumper the Breakthrough Prize in Life Sciences in 2022. The lab also developed Gato, a general AI that can perform a wide range of tasks. This includes engaging in dialogue, playing video games, controlling a robot arm, and more than 600 other tasks. The lab claims this is an initial step towards AGI. Unlike some experts who believe AGI should be relegated to science fiction, DeepMind believes AI systems will one day be able to reason, plan, learn, and communicate just like humans, perhaps even exceeding us at some point. We've definitely seen an increase in AI outperforming humans in some activities like playing chess or even diagnosing medical conditions. DeepMind's focus on games over the years hasn't been by accident. The company believes games have interesting rules that AI agents can learn and adapt quickly to. With this in mind, the lab has released very influential papers and will surely continue the trend even more aggressively in the coming years. Demis has mentioned that his goal is to use AI to solve extremely difficult problems across major disciplines in science, climate, and energy. He also mentioned that the lab was exploring ways of tackling major issues in nuclear fusion, which, if possible, will be another outstanding breakthrough from the lab and will definitely break the internet. This goal is something I'm personally looking forward to. We already mentioned Google, but in the context of its acquisition of DeepMind. Google, however, on its own is a very formidable AI force. This company is no joke when it comes to investing in new and innovative ideas. They pour billions of dollars into research projects each year and submit more papers to conferences than any other company out there. And with teams dedicated to AI scattered across Google's divisions, it's no wonder they are constantly making groundbreaking strides in the field. One of the most well-known AI teams at Google is Google Brain. These guys have been crushing it with their innovations, having a major impact on their industry. In fact, one of the most powerful deep learning models ever created, the Transformer, was developed by the team at Google in 2017. And let me tell you, this model has been busy making waves in the AI world. It's been used in chatbots like ChatGPT, image generators like Dall-E, and even autonomous driving. Oh, and did I mention it's also the driving force behind Google's search results, which has kept the company at the top of the search business. Now, you might be wondering, what is a transformer? In layman's terms, it's an AI model that can mimic human attention by focusing on specific parts of an image or piece of text that are crucial to completing a task. Think of it like when you're studying for a test and zeroing in on the most important chapters. That's essentially what a transformer does. Before transformers came around, AI models had limited performance because they could only retain so much of what they processed. But with transformers, they can do much more. Google has AI in most of its services. You interact with them every day without even realizing it. Think Google Translate, Google Maps, spam detection in your emails, and even the YouTube app you're probably using to watch this video. Plus, have you heard about the new AI video generator that can create minutes of footage from just a few sentences? It's mind-blowing stuff. Soon, you'll be able to quickly generate your own videos too. Many people have been impressed with language models like ChatGPT, but several, including a few on this channel, have wondered if we will ever translate these virtual interactions into helpful physical activities in the real world. Enter Google's robotics division. The company is planning to make useful robots that could definitely help around your house with its Palm Saycan model. It will grab your drinks, empty your trash, and who knows, maybe one day it can make your morning eggs just how you like them. Okay, we've covered quite a few Google AI applications here, but we haven't even begun to scratch the surface. This video is only meant to give you an idea of how some of these big companies are approaching artificial intelligence in the 2020s. Another major AI player you've probably heard of, OpenAI, and if not, you've certainly heard of their newest chatbot, ChatGPT. In my last video, I covered OpenAI and the journey to building their infamous chatbot. I'll share the link in the description so you can check it out after this video. OpenAI has a powerful roster of founders including Elon Musk, Peter Thiel, Reid Hoffman, and others who agreed to collectively pledge over $1 billion to the company back in 2015. Aside from releasing highly impressive language models like GPT-3, OpenAI also developed an AI agent that beat the Dota 2 world champions at the finals, becoming the first AI to beat the world champions in an esports game. The AI model learned to play by playing 10,000 years of games against itself. Did humans even stand a chance? I wouldn't want to face anyone who's practiced for 10,000 years at anything. In 2016, OpenAI introduced Universe, a software platform for training AI agents to perform over 1,000 tasks, such as filling out forms and responding to emails. The goal was to mimic how humans interact with computers on a daily basis. This project has influenced other labs working to improve virtual assistants online. The lab also developed a fun AI agent that can play hide and seek. Unbelievable, right? The AI agent progressively learned to use more complex tools while playing the game. The hiders came up with interesting tactics and the seekers devised new strategies, some of which the scientists weren't even aware of. These actions are known as emergent behaviors because they're not coded by the programmer, they just appear after several rounds of training.
However, after training in millions of rounds of hide and seek, the hiders find a solution. The hiders learn to use rudimentary tools to their advantage. By grabbing and locking these blocks, they can create their own shelter. The seekers are locked in place for a brief period at the start of the game, giving hiders a chance to prepare. Even so, the hiders must learn to collaborate, accomplishing tasks that would be impossible for any single individual. The hiders are not the only ones who can learn to use tools. After many generations of failing to break into the shelter, the seekers learn to jump over obstacles using ramps. However, we found that after more training, the seekers discovered that they can jump on top of boxes and surf them to the hiders' shelter.
These emergent traits are one of the traits an AGI system would have. This is perhaps the ultimate goal of OpenAI, an AGI system that is powerful and much smarter, yet it should be aligned with human values in order to be useful to us instead of the dreaded opposite. In 2019, OpenAI transitioned from a non-profit to a for-profit and partnered with Microsoft, which announced an investment package of $1 billion into the company. This partnership is intended to fund the very expensive cost of building these AI systems and simultaneously commercialize interesting AI products. Various sources have announced that Microsoft intends to add the ChatGPT functionality to its Bing search. If this happens, Bing may be revived once again. So many people are already adding ChatGPT to their workflow, so this may be an easy transition for them. Microsoft already has plans to integrate OpenAI's Dall-E 2 through its Bing image creator for generating images. This partnership will indeed pose a threat to Google and their AI labs, including DeepMind. The battle for supremacy will be interesting to watch in the next few years. Microsoft is the next big AI tech giant on our list. Aside from its partnership with OpenAI, the tech giant has its own dedicated AI lab. In 2016, the company established its AI research group and hired over 5,000 computer scientists and engineers to work there. That number has grown rapidly ever since. The company has AI applications throughout its products, and you have definitely used some of them. Facial recognition to access your laptop, suggesting math functions to speed up your work in Microsoft Excel, or recommending PowerPoint templates. These are all services that you probably had no idea had AI components. They also have solutions for turning handwritten text into computer fonts. The ultimate test would be to try it out with your doctor's notes, and if that works, then that's truly an engineering marvel. Microsoft also deployed Cortana. It's a virtual assistant that was intended to compete with Apple's Siri and Amazon's Alexa. Aside from these everyday products, the company has also strengthened its research capabilities. They have AI solutions for identifying emotions through facial recognition. This application also extends to others like gender or age prediction. The research lab is deciding to scale back on these as part of its responsible AI program. Concepts like emotion or gender are hard to predict simply by looking at a person's face and could be a huge concern for unfair bias. The company has other interesting ideas like an artificial nose that can pick up smells and predict what they are. Google, Microsoft, and Amazon are the three biggest players that provide cloud services to other businesses, one of which includes a host of AI applications for non-programmers and programmers alike. They're always in constant competition for the best deals with the biggest companies like Netflix, Twitter, and Meta, all of whom use at least one of these three services. Before I get to the last important research lab on the list, I'll bring up a few honorary mentions that equally deserve attention. Amazon has a wide range of AI services, such as the amazing virtual assistant Alexa and an effective algorithm for recommending products on its website. Apple also has AI powering its popular Siri assistant, or other features like facial recognition in the cameras as well as text auto-completion. Another great company, Tesla, has AI integrated into their self-driving cars by applying reinforcement learning and behavioral cloning to their AI models. They also have the much anticipated Tesla bot, Optimus, that will help with simple everyday tasks sometime in the future. Nvidia has also been growing very rapidly in the AI space. They totally revolutionized AI development by spearheading GPU adoption, which made AI programs process data much faster. There are other major players in the industry like IBM or Baidu that I haven't mentioned because, honestly, this video would go on for hours if I attempted to. Are there companies you think should be on this list that I completely missed? Definitely mention them in the comment section. I'll be glad to read them. The final company we'll cover in this video is Meta, formerly Facebook. I'm sure this doesn't come as a surprise to many of you. Meta AI is the artificial intelligence wing of the company, which is headed by Yann LeCun, one of the founding fathers of modern-day computer vision. His work has gone on to influence applications like modern facial recognition systems and detecting objects on the road for self-driving vehicles. The Meta AI Lab started in 2013, and ever since then, they have produced interesting AI applications. AI powers most of Meta's products, including timeline suggestions on Facebook and Instagram. In the past year, Meta has been in the news for its bold investment into the metaverse, pouring billions into the project. AI is a key component in building the metaverse. Meta is using the latest AI models to make digital versions of things from our world that can exist in the metaverse, creating realistic-looking avatars that move more naturally, while converting your living room digitally are examples of this. Some people have predicted that Zuckerberg's vision is futile, but don't count the tech mogul out just yet. We seem to be moving toward more digitally focused applications, and many things can now be done online. I assume this trend will continue in the coming years, and Meta might be leading the charge.
Video has become the main way that we experience content. We've gone from desktop to web to phones, from text to photos to video, but this isn't the end of the line. The next platform and medium will be even more immersive, an embodied internet where you're in the experience, not just looking at it. And we call this the metaverse.
The company also has interesting projects coming out of its lab. They recently developed an AI model that can basically read someone's mind. The model converts brainwaves into words. In the coming years, a much better version of this model will be quite useful and at the same time dangerous depending on how it's used. Their AI lab also created Cicero, an AI agent that excels at the strategy game diplomacy. It's able to negotiate with players, suggest brilliant tactics, and form new alliances by building trust. The AI ranked among the top 10% of participants who played multiple games. This approach implies that in the future, companies and governments may rely heavily on AI to make tactical decisions in order to close successful deals. Another AI software released by the company is ESM Fold, similar to DeepMind's AlphaFold but 3 times larger. The model helps extend the incredible work DeepMind started years ago. So this has been quite an extensive topic. Obviously, this list is subjective and doesn't include all the amazing academic institutions that are the backbone of AI research. I have previously covered some of the amazing AI applications discussed in this video, like DeepMind's AlphaFold and Meta's mind-reading AI. I'll share the links in the description and at the end of this video. I'll also be covering some of the other interesting AI models in future videos, like Cicero from Meta. Although AI is exciting and has helped advance humanity in some aspects, these corporations are wary of the dangers that technology might pose if used maliciously. To that end, they each have AI ethics committees that try to mitigate the harmful use of AI. As a result, some of the most powerful models are not made public. This approach is, however, not supported by many, who believe these models should be made public to the masses to avoid consolidation of power. There is a lot more we can discuss in this video, but for now we'll leave things here. What do you think about where AI is headed in the future? It's both mind-blowing and frightening at the same time, don't you think? Thanks for watching. Until the next video, it's goodbye.